Once upon a time, there is a little girl. This girl wore a Red Riding Hood at all times. That's why everybody used to call her Little Red Riding Hood. Darling,
Yes, Mommy.
you know your grandmother is ill. Would you take her the cookies I baked and the fed herbs I picked from the woods?
Of course, Mommy. I will.
The little girl, with her Red Riding Hood as always, started her journey to her grandmother's house. Do you not leave the road in the bunny forest, sweetheart? Said her mother as she was leaving. Little Red Riding Hood started walking in the forest while Joyce singing song.
I wonder why they call it the bunny forest. I haven't seen any bunnies along the way.
Little Red Riding Hood came to a road filled with the flowers. There were all kinds of colored flowers.
I should pick some flowers for my grandmother. She will be very pleased.
While Little Red Riding Hood was picking the flowers, she did not realize that she was drifting away from her path. At that moment, she heard a sound coming from the bushes. Suddenly, a big bad wolf approached in front of her. Little Red Riding Hood was so scared that when she saw the wolf right in front of her eyes, she dropped the basket that she was carrying. The wolf jumped close to her and collected cookies she had dropped on the basket and gave them back to Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood was amazed by this unexpected capture from the wolf.
Thank you.
Where are you heading, little girl?
To my grandmother's house, the yellow house at the end of this forest. She is not feeling well, so I bring her cookies and healthier.
Really?
By the way, you can call me Little Red Riding Hood like everybody asks us.
I had on first to let your grandmother know that you're on your way so you can continue picking up your beautiful flowers. Right the moment he heard a gunshot and approaching hunters revealed and ran away as fast as he could. Little Red Riding Hood looked around for a moment and started crying, realizing that she was lost. Hearing her crying, the hunter approached and came next to her.
What are you doing here, little girl? It's very dangerous around here. I'm looking for a big bad wolf, whom I've been hunting for a long time.
The Little Red Riding Hood was very ashamed because she had not listened to her mother and left the road in the burning forest, so she cannot tell the hunter she had met.
Well, I was bringing cookie to my ill grandmother living at the end of the forest, and I got lost.
Let me bring you to your grandma's home then.
They started walk together, and right then the wolf took a shortcut and quickly made it to grandmother's knock on the door. The grandmother yelled from inside.
Who is it?
The wolf changed his voice.
It's me, grandmother, Little Red Riding Hood. I brought you cookie and flushed her from the wood.
The door is open, my dear. You can come in.
The wolf smirked inside the open door. When a while later, then the Red Riding Hood and the hunter arrived at the grandmother's house.
Go, little girl. Go next to your grandmother as soon as possible.
The hunter went back on his way. Little Red Riding Hood knocked on the door. Her grandmother yelled from inside.
Who is it?
It's me, Grandma Little Red Riding Hood.
The door is open, my darling. You can come in.
Little Red Riding Hood hesitated for a moment because the sound she heard, this sound written different than her grandmother. She then remembered that her grandmother was ill.
The grandmother probably sounds like that because she is ill.
Little Red Riding Hood opened the door and went in. The wolf dresses her grandmother's clothing with her nightcap, and her dress was laying in the bed. He also closed the doorway so that it became dark inside, and Little Red Riding Hood could not recognize him.
I thank you, darling, for all your trouble getting all the way here to bring me food. Come next to me so I can give you a hug. Come on, darling, come closer.
Little Red Riding Hood laid the basket on the floor, but she didn't get too close to the bed because her grandmother looked different.
Why are your arms so long, Grandma?
So that I can hug you better.
Why are your ears so big?
So that I can hear you better.
But why are your eyes so huge?
So that I can see you better.
Why are your teeth so sharp, Grandmother?
So that I can eat you better. Ha 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 ha.
The wolf jumped out of the bed and charged at the Little Red Riding Hood.
Roar!
At the moment, Little Red Riding Hood realized that it wasn't her grandmother laying in the bed, but instead the big bad wolf she has run into a long way.
Help me!
The hunter heard Little Red Riding Hood's scream
Help me!
and ran straight to the house, storming to the open door and caught the wolf immediately.
I finally got you, big bad wolf. Now you're in my hands.
The hunter cut the wolf's belly and rescued the grandmother.
Thank you for saving us, Mr. Hamster.
You're welcome. Promise me, little girl, that you will never forget what your mother asked of you.
With great appetite, grandmother ate all the cookies Little Red Riding Hood had bought for her, boiled a healthy herbs to make a cup of tea, and instantly got well. Little Red Riding Hood promised her grandmother that she will never ever fall into the worst of bad wolf again. Little Red Riding Hood walked into the forest once again, singing along merrily. As she ran into the same wolf again, the wolf was punched by the hunter to clean the forest, and he was very ashamed about what he did when he saw the Little Red Riding Hood. The buddy forest became full of joy, bunnies and flowers like it was once before.